Hi everybody, this is the football head, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the people's champion. Your host, and welcome back to the football head. Hopefully you like this video. Hit that subscribe button. So we got some big, Giants news, and obviously you know about it already. The Jaxson Dart era has begun. Hopefully it's a winning era, unlike the last 13 years of non-winning and being a loser of a franchise. But hopefully it's going to begin this Sunday. And let's get into this. I got a couple articles here, and also got some other moves by the Giants that they're going to get a little bit younger. They're going to have their other rookie sensation playing on Sunday. Here's the first article. It's from Outkick. Jaxson Dart era begins for the New York Giants as Russell Wilson benched. He had one bad game, one great game, and then another bad game. Didn't score a point. Again, here we have from Outkick. Russell Wilson becomes the first quarterback bench for performance this season. Now, he just certainly debate whether he deserved it based upon one bad outing, one good outing, and one bad outing. But you got a group of guys, two people, and two individuals in the Giants organization that have to win. They have to win games. And they have to keep the media and the fans at bay by talking about the future. The blaring headline at the top of this fabulous website Tuesday morning was Giants considering quarterback switch from Russell Wilson to Jaxson Dart, and it could come this week. Well, this week arrived on Tuesday. Giants are making the move to Dart as a new starting quarterback. He will start Sunday's home game against the LA Chargers. Against the 3-0 LA Chargers, that is. Well, they did that just to shut people up. Because they don't want to talk about an 0-4 Giants start and have to talk about Russell Wilson. They want to cut this off right at the before they could do anything. Yeah, there could be easier ways to break into the starting lineup. But the fact is the Giants have come to the conclusion that Dart gives them the best chance to win moving forward. Memorize that phrase, best chance to win, because Brian Daboll is going to repeat it at his next press conference perhaps 2,285 times. Daboll ultimately had the final call in making the switch, but this was a collaborative decision. Of course, it includes General Manager Joe Schoen and others. Schoen and Daboll are on the frying pan, folks. And they were going to do this because they wanted to shut up everybody. Let's all talk about Dart. Well, if Dart goes 10 for 30, trying to throw it, they're not going to be talking about it. They're not going to be mad. They're just going to say, well, I got to give him a chance, or whatever. Everyone mostly agreed Dart was ahead of schedule to become an NFL starter in his rookie season after he played well in the preseason and in practices in recent weeks. Everyone definitely agreed that Russell Wilson's inconsistencies the first 3 games of the season were troubling. The club has among the NFL's worst teams on third down. A red zone offense so far. They've been bad for a long time with that, by the way. Wilson, who's 36, thus becomes the first quarterback who won the starting job in the offseason and training camp to then lose it this season because of performance. We've seen multiple other backup quarterbacks come in already this season, but all of those are playing because of apparent injuries to their team's starters. This move doesn't necessarily signal the final chapter in Wilson's career. He remains on the team, but it probably marks a shift in his career arc. His performance in recent years suggests he's probably better suited to be a backup quarterback than a starter. And if he decides to continue playing after his 1-year deal with the Giants expires after the season, the backup route is probably the one he'll have to take. Well, we'll see. We'll have to see. We'll see. As for Dart, the obvious, easier route might have been to wait another week and make his first start against the winless New Orleans Saints. But I'm told that's not what he wanted. He wants to play. And I'm told the options wasn't presented to him. Daboll told Dart of his decision, and it was described as an inspiring moment to me. So the Jaxson Dart era begins for the New York Giants. Well, we'll see how it goes. Don't go anywhere. I got more stuff on the channel. Now here's from a more local point of view. This is from GiantsWire.USA today. New York Giants plan to start Jaxson Dart in Week 4 versus the Chargers. Giants are benching Russell Wilson for the rookie Dart. It's pretty big. It really is a big story. After an 0-3 start, the New York Giants are turning the page and plan to start rookie quarterback Jaxson Dart, reports Ab Scheffler of ESPN. The news comes following the Giants' second game of the year, where they scored fewer than 10 points with Russell Wilson under center, losing to the Kansas City Chiefs on Sunday night, 22-9. Now, I would mention, the Giants' defense was pretty good in the first half. They had 2 bad penalties at the very end But that game was tied pretty late in the second quarter. So the Giants' defense was pretty good. You give up 22 points, you better win. Even with the 22 points, the Giants had a good chance if they had any kind of offense to make this more of a competitive game in the second half. Jaxson was selected with the 25th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft after the Giants traded 9 spots to get the Ole Miss quarterback. Following a phenomenal preseason, it seemed it was only a matter of time before the Giants would turn to their rookie quarterback. And after 3 weeks without a win, the Giants are doing just that. In the second half of the Giants' Week 3 loss to the Chiefs, the fans at MetLife Stadium chanted, "We want Dart," and even booed when Wilson returned to the game. Head coach Brian Daboll was non-committal toward Wilson on Monday, following the team's embarrassing loss on Sunday Night Football. The Giants have won in Sunday Night Football for years. It's been a long time since they won on Sunday Night Football. Daboll's lack of certainty about the team's starting quarterback quickly led to speculation that this decision was coming. It's uncertain how this move affects the future status of Daboll. However, the move to start the rookie quarterback may very well save his job. Well, we'll see. 4 of the next 6 games are against teams that are currently undefeated, so it will not be easy sledding for the Dart to begin his career as a starter. The Giants will now completely reset and get to see what their first-round signal caller can do in the final 14 games of the season. The Dart will get a chance to prove he was worth the 25th overall pick, hopefully change the feeling around the franchise. Also, Wilson will serve as Dart's backup with Jameson Winston acting as the emerging third quarterback. Okay? Now, what else we have here? We got something on Cam Scatterboot. Now, to finish up this story and this video, we're talking about Cam Scatterboot, who's been sort of a sensation. People just love him. He's a high-energy player. And the Giants' energy, even though they struggled to win, the energy's been much better than it has over the last few years. And he's a high-energy player. And if the Giants can turn this thing around, he's going to be an impact player. Here's from Giants Wire. The New York Giants will lean on Cam Scatterboot with Tyrone Tracy out 2 to 4 weeks. That's interesting news. This is what happens when players get injured. Some players get an opportunity. New York Giants fans and interested onlookers can't seem to get enough of rookie running back Cam Scatterboot these days. As fate would have it, they're about to get their wish as he's in for a bigger workload with backfield mate Tyrone Tracy, that's junior, out 2 to 4 weeks with shoulder injury. Tracy went down with a separated shoulder in the first half of Sunday night's 22-9 loss to the Kansas City Chiefs at MetLife Stadium. Scatterboot was immediately elevated to lead back and injected life into the Giants' offense. The 4th-round pick in this year's NFL Draft out of Arizona State once again captivated the home crowd with his smash-mouth style, rushing for 60 yards and a score and gaining another 61 yards through the air. He had a good game on Sunday. It's no secret, 2 weeks ago. It's no secret to the Giants that they have a star in the making here. Last week in Dallas, Scatterboot actually outsnapped Tracy in the Giants' 40-37 overtime loss to the Cowboys. Quote, "Cam is a tough competitor," head coach Brian Daboll said after Sunday's game. Quote, "Darty ran hard and did a good job in the passing game when he got the ball in his hands. He's a good young player." Okay? This could be Tracy's Wally Pipp moment. No one should ever lose their job to injury, they say. If only that were true. The 0-3 Giants need a spark, and they'll take it from wherever and whomever they can get it. Scatterboot does not need a lot of support to gain positive yards. He makes his own holes on many runs, and rushing and receiving may not be his biggest strength. The young man has made his presence known as a blocker as well. He simply loves the hit. I mean, he just completely destroyed one of the defensive players for the Chiefs on Sunday. I mean, he just leveled him. Now, I would mention they have to play him. They have to get him the ball. Give him the ball, and he's not afraid to take a hit. I would also say they need to give Malik Neighbors some throw. Get him some receptions, please. Can you throw the ball down the field and get it to him? Catch the ball. He can't catch. He's a great receiver. He was the best receiver in college when they drafted him last year. Throw him the ball. He wants the ball. Get him the ball. Hopefully Dart can do that. If the Giants score some points, this wouldn't be such a difficult thing to watch. What makes the Giants so unwatchable, folks, and you know this, is they don't throw the football. They don't throw the football. They don't score points. It is the worst thing to watch when your team doesn't score any points. or score any runs or what have you, or score points or whatever in basketball. You know, like when you watch a team that's just flat as a pancake on one side of the ball, it is like watching paint dry. You know, and it doesn't matter what your defense is. You have the greatest defense of all time, but if you don't like score points, it's not exciting. It's boring. And this Giants team has to score some points. They were exciting the second week when they scored 37 points, even though they lost. And they'll lose a lot of games. I don't expect them to win more than 4 or 5 games this year. But you got to throw the football down the field. You got to score some points to give yourself a chance to win. That's the most important thing. So, thank you for watching this video. Of course, please subscribe to the Football Hut. And I'll see you later.